Fork and do not consider Lake Fork as the top big bass producer in the United States.
The Sabine River Authority built Lake Fork in the early 80s, and its reputation as the best bass lake in the country is no accident. The lake was filled in stages, allowing fish populations to start in small ponds. Most of the vegetation and timber were left intact, providing habitat for bass.
Prior to Lake Fork, they would go through and just bulldoze the bottom. And this one, they kept the timber, and that gave it a jump start like no other lake in the history of the state's ever had.
With fishing being a $27 million a year industry on Lake Fork alone, Texas Parks and Wildlife is making sure the fishing remains good and, most of all, fun.
Those are the biggest fish I've ever caught. I think I'm going to keep on fishing for a little while longer.
At Lake Fork, this is Lydia Saldana reporting.
If you have a comment about First Business, email us through our website, www.firstbusiness.tv, or give us a call in Washington, 202-973-2080, 202-973-2080. That's it for us for this Wednesday, February 6, 2002. For all of us on the First Business News team, I'm Barton Eckert in Washington. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Have a great day. We'll see you back here bright and early first thing tomorrow morning.
I'm News 10 NBC meteorologist Richard McCullough. Once again, you and 10 NBC partnered together to support the efforts of schools and organizations to sell a record number of entertainment books. Congratulations, Rochester, for raising nearly $1 million for local charities, including a new playground for North Star Christian Academy, a musical theater program at Joanna Parent School, and a whale-watch field trip for York Elementary. We thank Raymore and Flanagan Furniture and the Lodge at Woodcliff for supporting entertainment books.
I'll take it.
If you ever have any questions...
I know. Just call the 800 number. To talk to a machine that can't fix your computer, press 1.
That'll never happen at Computer Renaissance because every store has in-store technicians to make upgrades and repairs.
Press 5.
Just call me personally or bring it right back here.
Hey, that is a real live person.
Computer Renaissance. The stuff you want, the service you deserve.
An 8-year-old shooting victim talks to us about her ordeal. Police say Sherry Hines helped police arrest the shooter. Today is Wednesday, February 6th, 2002.
Live from the 10 NBC studios in downtown Rochester, this is News 10 Today.
Good morning. Welcome to News 10 Today. I'm Gabe.
And I'm Rebecca Leclair. It's a calm morning. We have temperatures in the 20s, so it's a little bit warmer this morning.
First open the door in the morning, you kind of feel the air, and this morning wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and it's definitely winter, though, out there. It's nice to see the snow.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Rebecca?
I went to opening night of Saturday Night Fever, so I've got burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, well, you also got a little late to work this morning.
I was a little late, though. We won't talk about that. The boss is probably watching.
All right. Well, an 8-year-old shooting victim is speaking out. Cherie Hines spoke to us following the arrest of Louis McMorris. Yesterday, a judge arraigned Louis McMorris on a felony assault charge. Morris confessed to shooting into a crowd on Jefferson Avenue last November. Cherie was shot in the leg, and last night, she and her mother told us about her long road to recovery.
I want to come outside more because I thought people was going to shoot again.
Do you think you have to worry about that anymore?
No.
She was scared. She was having nightmares about her being shot again. Now we can put our life back together. She don't have to be afraid about playing outside or going anywhere.
Cherie Hines picked Louis McMorris from a police photo, we're told. He is being held on $10,000 cash bail.
Genesee County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a fatal snowmobiling accident this morning. The accident happened just before 9:30 last night on a marked trail in the town of Pembroke. Police say Carl Jilt of Virgin hit a bump in the trail, lost control, and was thrown from his snowmobile. Ambulance crews took him to a Batavia hospital where he died of head and neck injuries. It is 5:32. Police agencies across Monroe County are joining together to investigate more than 24 church burglaries. The burglaries have all occurred within the last month. Now, someone has ransacked the Episcopal Church of the Incarnation in Penfield. The thieves got in by breaking a window and basement door. Authorities say most of the 26 cases appear to be related.
They're stealing computer equipment. They're taking cash. They're taking money from collection plates. They're tearing open envelopes. Some stereo equipment, TVs, VCRs. Churches aren't very security conscious as a whole, and we would urge them, especially now, to maybe to be a little more conscious of locking their doors.
And police are asking you to call 911 if you see anything at a church that looks suspicious. The burglaries are occurring between the hours of 4 p.m. and 9 a.m.
5:32 right now. Lawyers for John Walker Lind will try to have the American Taliban released on bail today. Yesterday, a federal grand jury indicted him on charges of conspiring to kill Americans. The indictment states that Lind decided to stay with al-Qaeda after being told that Osama bin Laden had planned and ordered the attacks on America. Excuse me. The indictment shows that Lind knew al-Qaeda fighters were preparing to fight American soldiers in Afghanistan. The investigators in Pakistan say they are close to resolving the case of the kidnapped American reporter. A top police official says he thinks Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl is still alive. Sources say police have arrested 3 men for sending last week's email hoaxes. Pearl appeared in Pakistan on disappeared in Pakistan January 23rd.
The Rochester City Council voted unanimously to give the Rochester School District a $21 million bond. That money will go for maintenance and renovation projects. The city borrowed the money on behalf of the school district. The school district is now responsible for paying the bond back. Most of the money will be reimbursed by the state. The renovation projects range from plumbing repairs to upgrading science labs. Council members vote on a bond like this every year in January. Well, we're on to February now, and we got to check in with Rich Caniglia.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a couple of snow showers move on through in the afternoon and a little bit of wind to go with it. Really not a big deal. And today everything is going to be even quieter than yesterday. Just a mixture of some sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds out there. Just a pleasant weather day all around. A little bit milder, temperatures up around freezing or just a bit better towards 34 degrees later today.
Good day to go skiing. You're going to go down to Bristol?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Right now, I'm making the decision. I have a committee meeting to attend
it's going to be a beautiful
junior
day.
Achievement today, but maybe I'll call in.
Yeah, right.
If they're not watching.
I was going to say, it's hard to cover that fact up.
Well, just because he's been subpoenaed, it doesn't mean that the former Enron CEO will say anything when he testifies before Congress.
That story is ahead, and we'll tell you the latest on the case of a missing girl in San Diego. It's live, local, and up to the minute. Right now, it is 5:35, and you're waking up to 24 degrees in downtown Rochester.
You're watching News 10 Today with Gabe Dalmath, Rebecca Leclair, Lynette Adams, and Rich Caniglia in the News 10 NBC Weather Lab. Live, local, and up to the minute.
See Michael Saviska live in concert with his big band Friday, February 15th at the Nazareth College Art Center.
If you've been injured on a construction site, talk with Solino and Barnes.
Successful lawyers must have a sense of compassion, of caring. That's the business we're in. Helping people in need, helping families whose lives have been turned upside down because of an accident.
We've dedicated our careers to representing people whose lives have been devastated as a result of the carelessness of others. At Solino and Barnes, we have a proven track record and the experience needed to achieve maximum results.
Solino and Barnes, 454-2020.
Increase your career options today with a business degree from Rochester's new Accelerated Evening Adult Degree Program, the Excel program of Medaille College. Call 272-0030 today.
I wish I could get new furniture.
Your wish is granted at Raymore and Flanagan Furniture. Wednesday only. Everything's on sale.
I wish for interest-free financing.
There's no deposit and no interest for 2 years.
I wish I could get my furniture fast.
Raymore and Flanagan guarantees delivery in 3 days or less. And that makes 3 wishes.
All my wishes come true. Wednesday at Raymore and Flanagan. Say, are you getting a commission?
I wish.
You know, Italian-made suits are among the most fashionable. Of course, our prices have a way of making them look even better.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
This Valentine's Day, give her the gift that is as special as she is, a handcrafted custom-design engagement ring from Northfield's Goldsmiths. Gudman Olson's unique engagement designs flow comfortably with your hand. See him in his studio at Northfield Goldsmiths, 700 Park Avenue.
Everything about Jen Smoke Shop is smoking.
A short trip to Jan's Smoke and Craft Shop can save you money with discount prices and tax-free shopping every day of the year. Save on jewelry, soapstone carvings, moccasins, and much more. And you'll love the delicious home-cooked meals at Jan's Sataconee restaurant.
Everything about Jen Smoke Shop is
Jan's Smoke and Craft Shop on the Tonawanda Indian Reservation in Akron.
smoking.
Health, happiness, and safety. At Fallone's Funtime Center, our licensed daycare is a family atmosphere, making a difference in the lives of your children. From 6 weeks to 12 years, it's Fallone's Funtime Center.
Now, here's the latest weather from the News 10 NBC Weather Lab.
Had a very good Wednesday morning, 5:38 the current time, and we had a little bit more winter yesterday afternoon for a while there, but today, and especially looking ahead towards tomorrow, looking like 2 fine days. But let's get through your Wednesday first of all with the satellite and radar into motion. You can see we still have a northwesterly flow overhead across a good chunk of the northeast, so it's bringing a little lake effect now up towards Oswego, Syracuse, down towards Cortland and Cooperstown, but that is well to our east. Maybe northeasternmost Wayne County, which did pick up 3 to 6 inches of snow overnight. With that lake effect, could be still getting a few flurries, but the vast majority of us right now is under partly cloudy skies and looking good as we go towards the afternoon. Right now at the airport, 22 degrees, much warmer than yesterday morning. Winds are out of the west at 7 miles an hour. And your hometown weather for today reflects a nice milder breeze this afternoon, about 34 in Greece and Leicester, 33 Medina and Newark, about 34 in Waterloo and Byron, 33 down towards Dansville, about 35 in Fairport a little later this afternoon. Just real nice weather, and we're going to even bump the temperatures up some more headed into Thursday. We'll have that and the 5-day forecast all coming up in just a few minutes.
Now, with an up-to-the-minute look at traffic, here's Wham's Gary Smith.
And our ABVI Goodwill cam showing us 490 coming through downtown. Traffic still light at this hour, and expressways generally clear and dry as you head out this morning. Could be some slippery spots, so watch your speed. Heading in from the west side, 390 and 490 inbound doing very well so far. No expressway problems over there. And on the east side, 590 and 490 coming in, also running very well right now. This report brought to you by Dorschel, Chrysler Dodge Jeep. I'm Gary Smith, News 10 Today.
Thanks a lot, Gary. It is now almost 5:40. Police in San Diego are focusing on a neighbor's home in the case of a missing 7-year-old girl. Investigators searched David Westerfield's home for a second day. They're looking for clues in the disappearance of Danielle Van Dam. Police say she was kidnapped from her home Friday night or early Saturday morning. Her parents discovered that she was missing Saturday morning. President Bush will be in New York City today to speak on Homeland Security. In Pittsburgh yesterday, the president repeated his call for an early warning system for bioterrorism situations.
We must do everything in our power, everything to protect our fellow Americans. We need better testing, better vaccines, and better drugs if America is going to be as safe as it can possibly be.
Mr. Bush says that by the end of the current fiscal year, we'll have enough antibiotics to treat 20 million people for anthrax, plague, and other bioterrorist diseases. Homeland Security Director Tom Ridge will talk about security coming up on the Today Show later this morning.
It is 5:41. Lawmakers in Washington have issued a second subpoena for former Enron chief Ken Lay. They doubt Lay will actually testify. Senators expect him to plead the Fifth Amendment when he takes the stand sometime next week. During yesterday's hearings, one woman cried as she told lawmakers how she lost $40,000 in retirement savings when the company collapsed. Foster Wheeler in Dansville is cutting back production of industrial boilers. It is also cutting half of its workforce to just 155 people. Let's take a look at how the markets and local stocks will start the morning on Wall Street. Yesterday, the Dow went down just a bit. NASDAQ and the S&P 500 also declined. Baal Shalom went up. Constellation Corning both on the minus side. Delphi gained 22 cents. Eastman Chemical fell. EDS Connect gained. Harris went down. ITT went up. Kodak on the minus side. Paychex went up a penny. Pactiv, RGS, Tops all declined. Xerox gained 30 cents. So now we have business news with Barton Eckert.
Good morning. This Wednesday, the 6th of February. Here's what's happening this morning. Job cuts slowed post 9/11, but in January they increased 32% in just 1 month and doubled from the same time last year. What's going on? Challenger Gray and Christmas says it's cost cutting, including about 35,000 planned cuts announced at Ford. Bell South, a dominant local telephone company in the Southeast, is laying off about 3,000 employees and consolidating its call center operations. It'll expand approximately 28 of its call centers, while others will be closed or moved. On Wall Street, more earnings in reaction to preliminary productivity numbers to chew on Asian markets overnight. Tokyo stocks rebounding, then sinking for a 4th straight session. The Transportation Department has cut off business with the nation's largest airport security concern, Argenbright Security, because of misstatements the company is accused of making when it applied for work at U.S. embassies. Argenbright was in extensive talks about continuing to provide security at airports. It controls 40% of the U.S. airport security market, 35 airports, including Newark and O'Hare. Blimpie International has picked Pepsi-Cola as their new U.S. beverage supplier for the next several years. Coca-Cola had been the official beverage of Blimpie. The agreement covers the more than 1,900 Blimpie restaurants in the United States. And that is your first business check of the morning's top business happenings. I'm Barton Eckert in Washington.
It's 5:43 right now. Are you looking for a good place to eat out this morning? Well, Lynette Adams was checking the menu at James Brown's place.
Check this one out. And in London, it's probably tea and crumpets for Queen Elizabeth as she celebrates her Jubilee.
Buff State and Brockport square off in the rematch. The highlights are coming up.
News 10 NBC is brought to you by Burke & Banyan Jewelers.
Fire, sparkle, brilliance. Introducing the Tycoon Cut Diamond. The only diamond with a diamond on top. Special cutting techniques allow this diamond to produce brilliance like none other. And each captivating diamond is laser inscribed with its own unique number. The Tycoon Cut Diamond. Simply genius.
Exclusively at Burke & Banyan.
America's Best has the lowest price in sight. Need glasses? Get 2 stylish metal frames with lenses and a doctor's eye exam for just $79. Check out our new designer collection and get 2 designer frames with lenses and a doctor's eye exam for just $99. Need contacts? Save 30 to 60% with our new low prices on all brands of replacement contacts, like AccuView disposables, just $19.99 a box. Get the lowest price on every look at America's Best. Call 1-800-2-PAIR or check us out online.
ADT Security Services, secure your future. If you're looking for employment, that's secure as it can be. Where you make good dough, then you ought to know we're hiring at ADT. You're gonna find that your future is much more secure. ADT Security Services, secure your future.
Surround yourself with real woods and personalize your home with quality, solid wood, unfinished furniture at Superior Wood Furniture. When it comes to occasional tables, curios, entertainment centers, file cabinets, computer stations, and desks, Superior Wood is, well, superior. Check out our incredible selection of bookcases in any style and size, ready to finish in hundreds of different ways. Do it yourself or we can custom finish it for you. The exquisite balance of quality and economy, values that last a lifetime at Superior Wood Furniture.
John Grant of the Rochester Nighthawks is a lot like you. As the greatest lacrosse player on the planet, you may think John's life is nothing like yours. But you'd be wrong. John is just a normal guy, doing normal things in normal ways. John Grant, just like you, and then again, just like nothing you've ever seen. Catch John and the Nighthawks in action this Saturday. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or call 232-1900.
I never thought it would get that bad. I tried to keep up, but the bills just kept adding up. I had no idea what to do until I called Jeffrey Friedman Attorneys.
The first step towards solving your debt problems is getting the right advice. At Jeffrey Friedman Attorneys, we help people wipe out their debt and get back on solid financial ground. We'll do our best to do the same for you.
For a free and confidential consultation, call Jeffrey Friedman Attorneys. The advice you need when you need it most.
Snow was falling all across the south and the southwest yesterday. It was pretty bizarre for folks in Dallas. It's tough for the drivers, but the kids certainly love it. And some areas of the southern plains got up to 6 inches of snow. Oh, you gotta love that. But my son was doing that yesterday. You know, there's a little song, You know, have you ever done that song?
No, but I like to hear more of it.
No, I'm sure you
I
don't.
know, that's a fun thing to see and hear.
Lemon drops and gumdrops that fall on the raindrops for lemon. Yeah, anyways.
Who needs
It's a
Rich
lot of
Caniglia right
fun.
now? I just want to listen to more music.
A lot of fun to see that snow out there.
No, the morning I forecast a gumdrop storm, you know you're all in trouble. Anyway, it's 5:47 right now on a Wednesday morning. And yeah, talking about the big storm in the south, let's check it out. This is the radar into motion, color-coded for your convenience at home. You can see what's going on. White is snow, pink is sleet and freezing rain, and plain rain is in the green. And you can see the snow is really wound down around the Dallas area, but there could still be flight delays early this morning. And then just plenty of rain all along the Gulf coastal states. Obviously, flights through Atlanta today will be delayed, but they are in the rain zone, so they don't have to worry about snow or ice in that big city. But there will be plenty of ice around Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, southern Virginia, headed through this afternoon and into tonight. Getting back to our weather, really going to be kind of pleasant and quiet today. Headed to the bus stop, not nearly as cold as yesterday morning. We're about 20 degrees milder. We'll have mixed sun and clouds today. Sunrise 7:21. Sunset coming in at about 5:29. Some more numbers right now across the state. Give you a 24 in Buffalo, 27 in Syracuse, 20 in Binghamton, 21 in Elmira, 21 officially at the airport on the southwest side of town. You can see partly cloudy skies coming in right now with west-southwesterly breezes at around 7 miles per hour. Wind chills right now with those light breezes are tolerable in the low to middle teens, so nothing to get too excited about in that department early today as well. You can see lake effect from last night. Got a 3 to 6 inch amounts in northeastern Wayne County around Wolcott, Sodus, Red Creek and vicinity. Our weather watcher Red Creek reported 5 inches of snow. That'll be dying down. For the rest of us, just some morning mixture of sun and clouds. Then we should have a pleasant afternoon. As you can see, a nice break between the two weather systems. That'll be this afternoon's forecast and the forecast for tomorrow. We got the old weather squeeze play coming in. We're going to be sitting nice right in the middle, mild and sunny. Clouds to the north, clouds to the south of us. And we'll be looking good once again right in the middle of those two systems. So recapping then for today, sun and clouds, fine, pleasant February afternoon, high of 34 tonight. Mainly clear out there. That is not the right forecast tonight, just mainly clear. Low temperature about 25. Thursday, another nice one, 42 mild degrees. Friday, a little cooler, 32. Maybe a storm coming in about Sunday. Rebecca?
Thanks a lot, Rich. Now, you could be at risk for kidney disease and not even know it. Our medical reporter, Robin DeWin, tells us about new guidelines that have just been released that will now help doctors. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. New guidelines have just been released that will help doctors detect kidney failure. Doctors say the new guidelines offer healthcare providers a powerful tool for preventing and treating kidney disease. Left untreated, chronic kidney disease can lead to kidney failure, requiring a transplant or dialysis for survival. Dr. James Sloan says the guidelines are critical since the number of kidney failure patients is expected to be more than double to 650,000 in the next 10 years.
Again, identify the patients at risk, intervene early, and one, slow the rate at which they're losing kidney function, and number two, slow the rate at which people are having complications of kidney failure.
Most at risk are those people with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are at increased risk, as well as those with a family history. To find out more on detecting kidney disease early, you can call the Upstate Kidney Foundation at 264-0420 for more information. And that's today's medical checkup.
All right, we've got 10 minutes to go before 6 o'clock. It's early in the morning. You're probably looking for a place to go and eat. So where do you go? Well, Lynette Adams has a great idea.
She's out there sampling breakfast at some of Rochester's favorite morning spots. Today, she's joining us live at James Brown's place on Culver Road.
Ow! Hey guys, now let me just tell you right off the bat, this is not the James Brown of, you know, the godfather of soul. This James Brown does not sing, does not dance, and he doesn't think it's funny when people ask him that. And people have been asking him that for 20 years now. But I want to tell you a little bit about this restaurant where we are this morning. Again, it's called James Brown's Place, and it's at 1356 Culver Road. James Brown, the owner, considers this an American diner. He's been in business for about 4 years now. And that's James Brown that you see there cooking up some hash browns for breakfast this morning. He says he's kind of eclectic in what he serves here. Let me tell you, every weekend he makes 16 different versions of Eggs Benedict. Believe that. And every day you can find seven different sausages on the menu, including beef and chicken and all kinds of good stuff. Now, James Brown was in business. He worked in sales for 20 years and just decided, you know what, I'm tired of sales. I want to start a restaurant. This place came open, and 4 years ago in May, he opened James Brown's Place. And I want to just tell you some of what you'll find on the menu. I've been looking at all these delicious items on the menu for breakfast this morning, and there are all kinds of things that I can't even pronounce. Bayou, it's frittata, chipotle, chipotle, that's chipotle, tortillas, quesadillas, frittata, trough, all kinds of good stuff on the menu. And guess what? Later on in the broadcast, I'm going to talk with James Brown, and I'm also going to sample the special here for breakfast, and I'll tell you all about it later on in the broadcast. But don't forget, this is a James Brown who doesn't sing or dance. He cooks. All right, guys?
All right, so we apologize. And everything sounded wonderful.
Chipotle, that is really good. My husband cooks for that. And
oh,
so
is that right?
You know, spicy, you gotta like that. And did you see how he cracked those eggs?
Oh, yeah.
He's talented. So even if you can't sing or dance, you can do eggs. Well, the Olympic torch is inching towards Salt Lake City for Friday's opening ceremonies.
And the torch will keep moving until Friday. Last night, runners carried the flame into Provo, Utah. Thousands of excited fans came out to welcome the flame as that ceremonial cauldron was lit in Provo. Tracy Schleyer of Brighton is on her way to Salt Lake City today. She has tickets to ski jumping and ice hockey events. She got her tickets about a month ago. One thing she does not have, a ticket to the very popular opening ceremonies.
I really want to go to the opening ceremonies, but I can't get tickets unless I want to pay $880 per ticket.
Per ticket.
$880.
Well, if you're going to go, you got to go and have a great time. Huh?
Olympic coverage starts right here Friday on 10 NBC.
I'll be watching it for free. How about that? Rochester native and former Olympic speed skater Kathy Turner, she is heading to Salt Lake City this week. And this morning you can chat live online with the two-time Olympic gold medalist. She's going to be right there answering questions or chatting away. Just log on to our website at 10nbc.com. The interactive question and answer session starts at 11 a.m. Well, did you know that the Sabres got a warm welcome from Bostonians yesterday? This is really funny. They were taking on the Bruins right there in Boston.
And fans thought that their buses were from the Patriots, apparently. So, Rich Funky has your hockey highlights in sports in a minute.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. The Amherst are on the road tonight at Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. The Sabres were on the road last night at Boston and got a tie.
The Bruins led 2-1 when the Sabres got a gift. The puck pinballed off Gordon Murphy and past Byron Defoe. Warner got credit for it. That made it 2-2. That's how it ended. Marty Baron made 37 saves. NBA now. Washington hosting Toronto. Michael Jordan was held to 3 points in the first half. He scored 20 in the second. The Wizards beat the Raptors 99-94. The Knicks lost to the Clippers. Brockport and Buff State played the rematch, and this time Brockport won. Mike Medberry hit for 24. In a 79-72 victory, Brockport's 20th win. High school sports, Brockport won his 20th hockey game. Colby Jones with one of his 2 goals in a 6-1 win over Brighton. Also, Fairport stayed unbeaten in girls basketball, and Athena clinched the Division II title. And the USA's 211 Winter Olympians, Churchville's Lindsey Wall among them, checked into the Olympic Village yesterday in Salt Lake City. The opening ceremonies are Friday here on 10 NBC.
And that's sports in a minute. Have a great day.
Rich, thanks a lot. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II is celebrating the 50th anniversary of her reign.
It was 50 years ago today that her father, King George VI, died of cancer, and at the young age of 25, Elizabeth became queen. The Queen will open a cancer center today, and most of the Royal Jubilee celebrations will be held this spring or in the summer.
You know, she ascended to the throne in 52, but I guess the coronation itself was 53. But,
it's a big celebration over there. It's a big deal, so they had to plan that one.
Well, let's check out last night's lottery numbers. Your midday drawings look like this. For the dailies, 310, win 4 numbers, 9078. Evening drawing, daily numbers, 994, win 4, 9490. Take 5, 11, 38, 1, 4, 8.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, talk with Celino and Barnes.
One of the things that I most enjoy about being a lawyer is helping clients in their time of need.
fighting to ensure that they receive the compensation they rightfully deserve.
For us, it's about fairness. It's about justice. Although nobody can make up for your loss and suffering, our courtroom successes are proof that we go the extra mile to obtain the largest possible settlement.
Salino and Barnes, 454-2020.
Right on target. Now there's a men's hair color made to target only your gray hair. Grecian 5. It's right on target. In 5 easy minutes, Grecian 5 targets only the gray hair, replaces it with subtle tones like your own natural color. Right on target. It matches the rest of your hair for a subtle, natural look. Grecian 5 targets only the gray.
You can hear News 10 NBC on the radio every day on WYSL News 1040. These broadcasts are made possible by Charlotte Furniture and Appliance.
We educate New York's sons and daughters.
1 out of every 3 high school grads in New York
will go to a SUNY school.
SUNY offers
the most high-tech job training in New York.
Research at SUNY helped develop the pacemaker and the MRI.
We help train New York's healthcare professionals.
And we provide medical services that wouldn't be available to tens of thousands of New Yorkers.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time to put our money where our future is.
America responds to people in need with life-saving blood.
I run the Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore. Every day I see blood saving lives. Becky and Lizzie Nimick were in a car that was crushed by a tractor trailer. Both suffered terrible injuries. Survival was in doubt. Both had multiple surgeries using the most advanced medical technology. But all the technology in the world wouldn't have counted if they hadn't had massive transfusions of blood. Without your blood, they wouldn't have made it. Please, give blood. Help save lives.
All across America, there are people right now who hope that others care enough to donate blood. Give a life-saving gift. Please call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE right now to schedule an appointment to give blood. Together, we can save a life.
For news that's live, local, and up to the minute, stay tuned to 10 NBC.
An 8-year-old shooting victim talks about her ordeal. Police say that Cherie Hines helped police arrest the shooter. Today is Wednesday, February 6th, 2002.
Live from the 10 NBC studios in downtown Rochester, this is News 10 Today.
Good morning. I'm Gabe Dalmath.
And I'm Rebecca Leclair. We're dealing with temperatures about 20 degrees higher than yesterday at this time, so it's going to feel very balmy out there.
Everything is relative when you think about it.
A little more snow out there. I had to do a little shoveling of the sidewalk and, you know, getting back into this
But we're still,
winter
we're still not
easy.
into a huge, big storm. Of course, last Friday was awful. But
Yeah, and that was tough stuff to deal with, but this is that light, fluffy stuff, so we're not,
no big
not
deal.
having a very tough
NBD.
time.
All right, well, an 8-year-old shooting victim is speaking out. Cherie Hines spoke to us following the arrest of Lewis McMorris. Yesterday, a judge arraigned McMorris on a felony assault charge. Police say McMorris confessed to shooting into a crowd on Jefferson Avenue last November. Cherie was shot in the leg. Last night, she and her mother told us about her long road to recovery.
I didn't want to come outside more because I thought people was going to shoot again.
Do you think you have to worry about that anymore?
No.
She was scared. She was having nightmares about her being shot again. Now we can put our life back together. She don't have to be afraid about playing outside or going anywhere.
Cherie Hines picked out Lewis McMorris from a police photo, we're told. He is being held on $10,000 cash bail. Police agencies across Monroe County are joining together to investigate more than 24 burglaries at churches. They all took place in the last month. As an example, someone ransacked the Episcopal Church of the Incarnation in Penfield. Thieves got in by breaking a window on the basement door. Authorities say most of the 26 cases appear to be related.
6:01 now, and Genesee County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a fatal snowmobiling accident this morning. The accident happened just before 9:30 last night on a marked trail in the town of Pembroke. Police say Carl Gilt of Virgin hit a bump in the trail, lost control, and was thrown from his snowmobile. Ambulance crews took him to a Batavia hospital where he died of head and neck injuries. The Rochester City Council voted unanimously to give the Rochester School District a $21 million bond. That money will go for maintenance and renovation projects. The city borrowed the money on behalf of the school district. The school district is now responsible for paying the bond back. Most of the money will be reimbursed by the state. The renovation projects range from plumbing repairs to upgrading science labs. Council members vote on a bond like this every year in January. It is 6:02 and it's time to check on traffic. Let's find out the latest from Wham's Gary Smith.
And things are in good shape this morning as you get ready to head out. ABVI Goodwill Cam looking at 490 coming through downtown. You can see traffic still very light through that area. Over on the west side, no problems. 390 and 490 heading in. Expressways generally clear and dry this morning, but with temperatures the way they are, could still be some black ice, so watch your speed. Over on the east side, 590 and 490 doing just fine as you head in so far. This report brought to you by Dorschel Chrysler Dodge Jeep. I'm Gary Smith, News 10 Today.
All right, we're ready to move on.
And what about our snow? Nothing really going on this morning? Nothing big? Everything is quiet?
That's pretty much right, Gabe. For the vast majority of it, it's kind of quiet. They did have about 3 to 6 inches of snow overnight in northeastern Wayne County, around the Woken and Red Creek in that vicinity. The rest of us, though, waking up with just mixed skies out there. Should be a pleasant weather day. Warming up towards 34 this afternoon with a good deal of sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds.
Well, you know, you just couldn't wait, couldn't you? You just wanted to move on. You just wanted to hear this, Madame Leclair. Because I got into trouble yesterday, didn't I?
We got a lot of response. If you were around yesterday, Gabe was talking about his little shampoo packet, was criticizing it because it says...
I wasn't criticizing. I was making a funny comment.
You were criticizing
All right, fine.
Some people didn't find it so amusing, Gabe.
Right.
Camera 4.
Okay, so we got to show you what this packet was all about, because if you missed it yesterday, what were you saying about...
Well, I mean, it says shampooing shampoo, and I'm thinking now the Department of Redundancy Department right there, you see that? And am I going to go to a banking bank later in the day and find a nice restaurant that has a cooking cook and all this? Well, as it turns out, shampooing is the French word for shampoo, it's kind of bizarre. It's actually shampoing. Shampoing in French, so I do have to apologize, and je m'excuse, mais j'étais un mauvais étudiant de la langue française au lycée.
Exactly.
I'm sorry because I was a bad student of the French language. Je suis désolé, and merci beaucoup, Marie Bennett, Maison Française, Nazareth College, for helping me out. But I got to tell you, a couple of people called.
This lady
emailed it to ethnocentric Gabe. What is that about?
Well, you were sounding great. You know, the only French I know is a creamy dressing and a salad bar, so that's right. So that's pretty good.
Well, anyway, I apologize, but there it was. I thought it was funny, but I guess it wasn't that funny.
All of our French-speaking viewers out there are a little upset, but we're glad they're actually watching.
Could I get some credit at least for sitting next to and adoring Madame Leclair?
I know.
Huh?
You think when I go to the family reunions, I kind of just sit there and nod because everybody's talking French around me, and I don't know what they're saying. They're probably saying.
Voilà. C'est tout. Are you one of those people who skips breakfast every day?
Not me. You do.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. I love breakfast, and we're going to tell you why you want to make time for the first meal of the day at James Brown's place. Lynette Adams has a live report coming up right now at 6:05. 24 degrees outside.
You're watching News 10 Today with Gabe Dalmath, Rebecca Leclair, Lynette Adams, and Rich Caniglia in the News 10 NBC Weather Lab. Live, local, and up to the minute.
News 10 NBC is brought to you by the law offices of Connors and Ferris.
There is a difference between being injured and being injured at work.
If you've been hurt on the job, you need to see your doctor, you need to tell your employer that you were hurt at work, and you need to call an attorney who knows the workers' compensation law.
At Connors and Ferris, we are workers' comp attorneys. Call for this free brochure and learn how to protect yourself and your family.
Connors and Ferris, committed to serving Rochester's injured workers. Call 262-COMP today.
Why stay in a boring job? Come to Full Circle for a career in caring, supporting people with developmental disabilities. What is it like?
To me, it's all about seeing the guys smile and knowing that I make a difference in their lives. I don't consider it a job.
Here you get recognition, even for little things.
Great coworkers. We're all growing together.
Good benefits, rewards every day. Be a part of Full Circle, a joint program of these local agencies with the B. Thomas Golisano Foundation. Call or click on today.
Get ready to gear up and get out in a legendary Jeep vehicle, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s. And only Jeep gets you there with protection, like a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge on engines and transmissions. Plus generous cash allowances of up to $2,500 or 0% financing on select vehicles. Great products, great protection, great values. That's the Jeep promise.
Just down the road in Wyoming County, there is a place called the Hillside Inn. Imagine for a moment the magical possibilities of this historic setting. Wedding days here are what dreams are made of. Take a romantic getaway and visit Letchworth State Park and return to the hillside for dinner and elegant accommodations. Corporate clients, consider us available. The Hillside Inn in Wyoming County. Warm, wonderful, welcoming.
Enjoy instant rebates on any mattress set you want at Raymore & Flanigan Furniture. We pass savings from Sealy and Stearns & Foster directly onto you. Instant rebates lower your price on Sealy twin size to only $68. Instant rebates lower your price on two-piece Sealy queen size sets to just $299 with nothing to pay for up to a year and fast free delivery. More mattress for less. Instant rebates now through Monday at Raymore & Flanigan Furniture.
Over the years, your garage door takes quite a beating, and many garage doors are dangerous, especially for kids. And when your old garage door finally gives up, just to be safe, call Feluca. They'll install a garage door that's safer and stronger. And Feluca offers top-of-the-line door openers by companies like Wayne Dalton. So remember, if you break it, Feluca will fix it. Feluca Garage Doors. Your estimate is free.
Now, here's the latest weather from the News 10 NBC Weather Lab.
And a very good Wednesday morning. Current time 6:09. Looking pretty good out there so far. Just maybe a little flurry activity northeasternmost Wayne County. The rest of us just partly cloudy skies and shaping up to be a fine day. Already about 20 degrees milder than yesterday morning. Let's check out that satellite and radar right now. We can pick up on a couple of things going on. Still northwesterly flow bringing some snow towards Syracuse, pointing south and east, maybe down towards Cooperstown and Cortland. That's about it for our viewing audience. Just sitting under partly cloudy conditions, and that'll be the stage setter for a fine day. 21 degrees right now at the airport. We've seen some breaks. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 7 miles an hour, so really not too tough to take. Temperatures are much milder than yesterday morning. Good 15 to 20 degrees milder than those 0 to 10 degree readings we saw yesterday. And that's just the stage for a good afternoon. A milder breeze, about 34 Greece and Leicester, 33 down towards Newark in the Dansville vicinity, 34 in the Waterloo, 35 in Fairport, 34 in Byron. You like the weather today? We got a great forecast for you tomorrow. We'll talk all about that in just a few minutes. Gabe and Rebecca?
Thanks a lot. 6:10 right now. I'm starting to get a bit hungry right about now.
Perfect time. How about, an omelet or waffles? You're thinking about all that great stuff because Lynette Adams is out there checking out breakfast spots in our area, and she's at James Brown's place on Culver Road. How's it going, Lynette?
Not too bad. He's not letting me do any cooking, so that's probably a good thing. But I just want to show you this book in case you're wondering what kind of stuff you'll find here at James Brown's place. This book is all the specials that they make here. Look at all these pages, and I was just kind of reading through some of the specials. Frosted Flake French Toast. How does that sound? Sounds pretty good to me. But we're talking with James Brown, of course, the owner, this morning to find out all about your business, what you serve here. And I know that breakfast really is your specialty. You told me earlier that you serve breakfast until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Well, tell us, why did you start this business 4 years ago?
I always loved to cook, and my mother was a great cook, and I never went to culinary school. My chef Bob went to culinary school. I just love to cook, and my friends always ask me, why don't you open a restaurant? And I was known, I make ribs on Friday night. It's our Friday night thing. And they all thought that when I told them I was opening a restaurant, I was opening up a rib place. But it didn't turn out that way. And I thought this was going to be a little two-man operation. You know, we'd come in, I got a counter here, we can do this, but it kind of got wings, and it grew and grew and grew. So we're going through now. But
well, we want to sample breakfast here this morning. Tell us what are some of what's probably your #1 specialty for breakfast?
The #1 specialty thing we do are probably frittatas. If you're in Rochester, you're doing frittatas. Today we're making stuffed French toast, which is our house specialty. And stuffed French toast is all our homemade breads. We make our own homemade cranberry apple, banana breads, blueberry breads in the summer. And what we're going to do is stuff this with our own homemade honey walnut cream cheese, and we're going to put a bananas Foster sauce over that. So I trust you had an insulin shot today, because you're going to need it with this one.
Probably,
but this is something we're known for.
Probably a couple extra minutes on the treadmill today. So guys, you heard what he's making up for you. I'm going to bring it back for you, so you don't have to beg. So you don't have to beg. I'm going to bring it back, I promise.
Oh,
I won't eat it all.
A little portion for us, too.
Makes you crazy looking at that, not being able to grab it and eat it right away. All right, while Lynette enjoys her eggs and hash browns, you want to talk about another kind of spud.
Yeah, but remember Mr. Potato Head? He turned the big 5-0 yesterday. Mr. Potato Head kicked off a year-long birthday celebration. There was a big party in New York. And like all American 50-year-olds, Mr. Potato Head received his official AARP card. The first Mr. Potato Heads, they came with just their parts, you know. The parents had to use real potatoes, and then you could stick the eyes, nose, and mouth, and all that stuff in the real potatoes. But now you get everything's
Potato
plastic.
Head just does not look any older than... He doesn't look a day older than 49 and a half, huh?
He's aged well, and you have your AARP card? No. Yeah, but you get the senior discount now, huh? Hey, you know what? We're going to show you the women's hockey team and the local woman trying to win a medal at the Olympics.
And speaking of Utah, this is a live shot from Salt Lake City, the Medals Plaza, where they hand out the gold, silver, and bronze medals. Right there.
Value City Furniture, Ridge Road in Greece, and near Marketplace Mall in Henrietta. You just can't do any better.
Dad's dying, and no one wants to talk about it.
Need help with his care? All the tough choices? Call Hospice. We'll talk.
Surround yourself with real woods and personalize your home with quality, solid wood, unfinished furniture at Superior Wood Furniture. Do it yourself, or we can custom finish it for you. The exquisite balance of quality and economy, values that last a lifetime at Superior Wood Furniture.
Introducing, for the first time ever, Randy Henderson's Webster Chrysler Jeep's $299 sale. Every 2002 Town & Country, only $299. Every 2002 Jeep Liberty, only $299. Every 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee, you guessed it, only $299. The $299 sale. Now through the end of February, only at Randy Henderson's Webster Chrysler Jeep.
At Webster Chrysler Jeep, it's easier than you think.
Wanted, dead or alive. A terrorist who is undetectable, untraceable.
We have a civilian who says he saw the wolf.
Except for one man who knows his face.
You're a coward.
Collateral Damage, rated R. Starts Friday, February 8th.
I never liked banking before I switched to ESL. It's the people.
And the great service. And this year, I got another owner's dividend. See, they share their earnings with their members, not stockholders.
I tell all my friends about the great rates.
Hey, they're better than the bank. I can really trust ESL. They are the best. They really care at ESL.
ESL is like a friend. No, I love going to ESL.
If you don't think this way about your bank, think about ESL. It's banking, only better.
People always ask me, Whoopi, what's your favorite Entenmann's? Like I'm gonna tell them. If I said it was the ultimate crumb cake, they go flying off the shelf and there'd be none for me. So I'd never tell anybody what my favorite is, ever. Entenmann's, what's your favorite?
Thomas's Bagels.
Thomas's makes bagels?
Nobody makes a fresh bagel like Thomas's. Golden outside, perfect texture inside.
Thomas's makes a great bagel.
Thomas's Bagels.
Thomas's.
Mike, let's take a look at those reports next Thursday. And Tom, Susan, set up a meeting on Monday. Any other thoughts?
You know, sir, instead of saving money by having only one office pen, we could just go to Staples.
Yeah, with Staples 365 savings, they compare prices and back it up with a 110% price match guarantee.
That's sharp thinking.
Hey, client's here. We need the pen.
Low prices on every item, every day. Staples 365 savings. Yeah, we've got that.
For news that's live, local, and up to the minute, stay tuned to 10 NBC.
It is 6:16 and 24 degrees right now. Here are today's headlines.
An 8-year-old shooting victim is speaking out. Cherie Hines and her mother say the recovery from that shooting has been very difficult. Yesterday, a judge arraigned Lewis McMorris on a felony assault charge. McMorris confessed to shooting into a crowd on Jefferson Avenue back in November. Cherie picked McMorris out of a police lineup.
Local police agencies are working together to investigate more than 24 church burglaries. Last month, someone ransacked the Episcopal Church of the Incarnation in Penfield. That's just one example. Authorities say most of the 26 cases appear to be related.
Clerk will call the roll. Rochester City Council voted to give the Rochester School District a $21 million bond. That money will go for maintenance and renovation projects. The school district is responsible for paying that bond back. Here's a look now what's coming up on the Today Show. Katie Couric is going to talk to MSNBC's Ashley Banfield about her exclusive interview with Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat.
Arnold Schwarzenegger stops by to talk about his new movie, Collateral Damage, whose release was postponed, as you know, after the September 11th attacks. Schwarzenegger weighs in on whether the country is now ready for a movie with a terrorist plot. All right, let's find out what the morning commute is looking like right now. Wham's Gary Smith. Gary, good morning.
Well, good morning, Gabe. Our ABVI Goodwill Cam looking at 490 coming through downtown, as you see it right there, and things still looking good on the expressways. They are generally clear and dry as you head out this morning. Could be a few slippery spots because temperatures are definitely still below the freezing mark. So far, so good on the west side, 390 and 490 heading in. Watch for the intersection of Gillette Road and Route 31 traffic signal out there. Over on the east side, heading in on 590 and 490, no problem so far. And this report brought to you by Dorschel Chrysler Dodge Jeep. I'm Gary Smith, News 10 Today.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. There's a little bit of divine intervention there, seeing the Mormon temple out there instead of our ABVI.
You think Gary can do traffic reports for Salt Lake City and Rochester?
That's right. He looked down at the monitor.
Where am I?
All right, the opening ceremonies for the Winter Olympics are just days away now.
Out in Utah. And yesterday we caught up with the women's hockey team. They took to the ice to practice yesterday at the County Ice Center in Salt Lake City. Churchville's own Lindsay Wall is on the team. The women are thinking positively. Many expect that they will take the gold. And hopefully the team will make it here in this...
And look at the traffic.
Yeah,
Take a look at...
Right down in the middle there is Medals Plaza, and that's where they hand out the gold, silver, and bronze medals. Many of the athletes are already in Salt Lake City, getting ready for their events. Of course, opening ceremonies Friday night. You can watch them right here on 10 NBC.
Continue on.
Okay, Rich Caniglia, he's got a forecast for us straight ahead.
And for all of you cat lovers out there, we have a great story for you next, plus the worst movies of the year. It's 6:19, 24 degrees.
It's no more nice guy, come watch the ice fly at the Emirates hockey game. The ref yells go, but the crowd yells go at the Emirates hockey game.
Friday, February 8th, game time 7:35. Stop by your local ESL Federal Credit Union and pick up a discount voucher.
Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Janie, time to eat.
Janie, dinner.
Okay, Mom. Just one more page?
Okay.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center.
I didn't like reading. Then they showed me it was fun.
We call our approach the Sylvan Advantage. It's individual attention from highly trained and certified teachers, plus progress reports for you.
In Pittsburgh, call 385-9480. In Greece, call 663-6226.
Hi friends, Mike Ogneveen here again for the all-new Mike Ogneveen Ford in Batavia. Come inside this huge showroom and get some great deals. We're out to be the #1 dealer in this area. Here's a 98 Plymouth Neon, only $49 down, $116 per month. Remember, no credit applications are refused at Mike Ogneveen Ford. Or how about this 99 Chrysler Intrepid, $49 down, only $199 per month. Folks, give us that call at 343-1004, or better yet, take that short ride to Batavia. We'll see you right here.
Once a year, Mattress Advantage clears out thousands of mattresses from its factory. You'll get factory direct pricing on every mattress with no middleman costs and once-a-year clearance savings. At Mattress Advantage, we manufacture quality mattresses right here in Rochester. And here's our promise. Bring us any mattress sale ad and we'll show you a better mattress at a better price, guaranteed. The once-a-year factory clearance sale, on now at Mattress Advantage. 2 factory outlet showrooms, Greece and Henrietta.
If you're a woman suffering from prolonged or heavy monthly bleeding associated with your period, the following medical message may be of importance to you.
More than 40 years ago, I founded the hemophilia center that carries my name. Today, we treat more than hemophilia. One of those conditions is called von Willebrand disease. It's particularly insidious because it often goes undiagnosed. In women, von Willebrand disease can cause unusually heavy monthly menstrual flow, so heavy, in fact, that normal life activities are rendered almost impossible. If you or someone you love would like to be tested, see your primary care physician. If you'd like more information, call this number. At the Mary Gooley Hemophilia Center, it's just part of what we mean when we say, caring is in our blood.
The preceding message was brought to you by the Genetics Institute.
It's a Wednesday morning, and everybody, I think just any worker you ask, they like the coast. You know, if you can, if there's a day in the week, you can coast.
Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday.
Like hump day, yeah. And you know, after a couple of days of excitement, the weather department is back to sort of a coasting pattern right now.
That's absolutely right, Gabe. I tend to try to coast from Monday right on through Friday myself, actually. 6:23 the current time. You can see the temperatures outside after a couple of busy days and certainly a busy weekend starting last Friday. Weather-wise, very calm conditions today and tomorrow is underway for us. Outside right now, not bad at all. Live data on our East Avenue studios. 24 degrees out there. This time yesterday we were floating 10 degrees, so much milder headed off to work and school today. But different story if you're doing some traveling by air today. Check out the big storm in the south past 12 hours. This is a radar loop across the entire eastern two-thirds of the country, color-coded. See white, that's snow, green is rain, that pink is kind of a mix. So obviously they're getting some rain or just some rain and snow mix up towards Atlanta. Big flight delays towards Atlanta, Georgia. They had a snowstorm last night in Dallas. Could be flight delays there early today. So just keep an eye on that. And for us, though, this storm's going to head this way, then up the East Coast. Not going to be a factor in western New York's weather. In fact, for today, looking good out there. Not nearly as cold. Bus stop conditions, mixed sun and clouds. Sunrise 7:21, sunset a little later on at 5:29. More numbers across the state, 24 in Buffalo, 23 near Niagara Falls, 18 in Trenton, kind of cold, 12 in Watertown, but 22 is the current reading at the Rochester Airport with partly cloudy conditions, winds out of the west-southwest at 9 miles an hour. Thinking we're going to have a very pretty sunrise today. Few clouds in the air, sun just coming up, should be a nice view off to the east. Right now, wind chills are not a big factor. Single numbers, lower teens, as we still have a northwesterly flow, but that will begin to wane. That's kind of a warm front that will be going to the north today. That's going to leave us with a beautiful afternoon. And then tomorrow, we're going to be in sort of a weather squeeze play. Cold front to our west, big storm to our south and east. We're like Goldilocks. We're going to be sitting pretty right there in the middle with mild sunshine by Thursday afternoon. So recapping today, just some sun and clouds out there. Fine February afternoon, high of 34. Tonight, clear and not as chilly, low of 25. Tomorrow, mild day, high of 42. Enjoy it. We'll melt a lot of that snow and ice away on Thursday. Then a little chillier heading into Friday and the upcoming weekend.
I think so.
You know, those Patriots are still basking in the glow, by the way, and my daughter called me from Boston. I called my wife. She said, unbelievable excitement. She was there for that celebration. 1.5 million people or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. They were all excited in
She just had a great time.
She's a big fan, huh, too?
Well, she is now, yeah. Everybody loves a winner. Yeah?
That's true.
You know, next week the Academy will announce Oscar nominations for the best movies of the year.
But this week, the nominations are out for the worst movies of the year. The Hastings Bad Cinema Society gives out the Golden Raspberry or Razzle Awards every year. They're called the Razzies. Topping the list, Tom Green's movie, Freddie Got Fingered. Mariah Carey's movie, Glitter, also is on the list. 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Town and Country, and Pearl Harbor.
Ooh, harsh.
I didn't see any of those.
No?
I guess I'm
I
proud of
like
that.
that 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
You
It starts
saw that?
off in Vegas.
And you saw
They
the
do a little
movie?
shooting and fun and stuff. Kind of an interesting flick.
It's pretty much along your, intellectual plane.
Exactly.
He wants to be an Elvis interpreter if the weather gig doesn't work out for him. All right, now, you may find this very hard to believe. We're going to tell you a story. It's listen to this.
But because we're telling it to you,
it's true.
Well, a cat that was lost last summer walks 350 miles to make it home. This tabby cat named Skittles went missing while the family was spending summer in Wisconsin. At the end of the summer, the family moved back to Minnesota without Skittles. Well, the family says Skittles walked more than 350 miles over 150 days to make it back home to Hibbing, Minnesota.
Okay, so do you believe that? That is hard to believe. But,
It's a long trail of Purina bits or whatever you put out there.
Maybe Skittles got a little ride somewhere along the way.
3,000 miles to Graceland, 350 miles to Minnesota.
To Hibbing, yeah, that would have been the worst movie of the year. Yeah, 350 miles to Hibbing. That would have been an exciting theatrical release.
Now I feel some sort of synergy right now.
All right. Hey, let's check on those lottery numbers before we go to break. Let's start off with the midday drawing from yesterday. Daily 310, the win for 9078. The evening drawing, the daily number's 994, the win for 9490, and the take 5 numbers 11, 38, 1, 4, and 8.
You're watching News 10 Today with Gabe Dalmath, Rebecca Leclair, Lynette Adams, and Rich Caniglia in the News 10 NBC Weather Lab. Live, local, and up to the minute.
News 10 NBC is brought to you by Frontier Privacy.
Pick up the phone! You don't want to miss these six once-in-a-lifetime opportunity! You'll never do like this again! Pick up the...
They can't even hear us. Frontier Privacy leaves telemarketers out in the cold. It's just $3.45 a month. Order before February 28th and receive free activation. Introducing, for the first time ever, Randy Henderson's Webster Chrysler Jeep's $249 sale. Every 2002 Sebring, only $249. Every 2002 PT Cruiser, only $249. Every 2002 Voyager, you guessed it, only $249. The $249 sale. Now through the end of February, only at Randy Henderson's Webster Chrysler Jeep.
At Webster Chrysler Jeep, it's easier than you think.
I wish I could get new furniture.
Your wish is granted at Raymore and Flanagan Furniture. Wednesday only. Everything's on sale.
I wish for interest-free financing.
There's no deposit and no interest for 2 years.
I wish I could get my furniture fast.
Raymore and Flanagan guarantees delivery in 3 days or less. And that makes 3 wishes.
All my wishes come true. Wednesday at Raymore and Flanagan. Say, are you getting a commission?
I wish.
Planning for life can be a puzzle. Are your retirement goals on track? Are your investments properly diversified? What about your family? Are they prepared if something happens to you? At Sage Ruddy, we'll help you put your house in order. Our local team of financial consultants, certified financial planners, attorneys, and insurance specialists provide unique personal solutions to answer life's financial puzzle. Sage Ruddy, creating and preserving wealth for generations.
Now more than ever, our kids need the best education we can give them.
New York State's got to put education on the front burner now.
A skilled workforce is really important for New York State's economy.
We need high-quality public schools and colleges for all of our children.
From Plattsburgh
to Staten Island,
Lackawanna
to Long Island.
New York State has to make a bigger investment in education.
Especially in our cities. Call this toll-free number now.
And tell your legislators and the governor.
Our kids can't wait.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, talk with Celino and Barnes.
One of the things that I most enjoy about being a lawyer is helping clients in their time of need, fighting to ensure that they receive the compensation they rightfully deserve.
For us, it's about fairness. It's about justice. Although nobody can make up for your loss and suffering, our courtroom successes are proof that we go the extra mile to obtain the largest possible settlement.
Celino and Barnes, 454-2020.
An 8-year-old shooting victim talks to us about her ordeal. Police say Cherie Hines help police arrest the shooter. Today is Wednesday, February 6th, 2002.
Live from the 10 NBC studios in downtown Rochester, this is News 10 Today.
Good morning, I'm Gabe.
I'm Rebecca Leclair.
And I'm Rich Caniglia. So how was the big Saturday Night Fever last night?
At the Auditorium Center. It was opening night last night.
Do you remember what Rebecca promised she might do for us this morning?
I am not
Disco Inferno?
Yeah, very good.
Where's your white suit? Actually, it was very good, and you know, it takes me back to all those songs. You know, more than a woman to me. I shouldn't sing, but anyway.
While I do the weather forecast, you provide the background music. How about that? 6:32 right now. Let's take a look at the forecast today. Mixed skies out there, pleasant weather. 34 degrees, looking good this afternoon for sure.
If you like hot bodies, lots of great dancing, and some fun songs from what, the 80s? Was that the 80s or the 70s?
The 70s.
I think it was the 70s.
It was a lot of fun, so I recommend it.
On to the news right now. An 8-year-old shooting victim is speaking out. Cherie Hines spoke to us following the arrest of Lewis McMorris. Yesterday, a judge arraigned McMorris on a felony assault charge. McMorris confessed to shooting into a crowd on Jefferson Avenue last November. Cherie was shot in the leg.
I want to come outside more because I thought people was going to shoot again.
Do you think you have to worry about that anymore?
No.
She was scared. She was having nightmares about her being shot again. Now we can put our life back together. She don't have to be afraid about playing outside or going anywhere.
Cherie Hines picked Lewis McMorris from a police photo, we're told. He is in jail. Bail is set at $10,000.
6:33 now. Genesee County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a fatal snowmobiling accident this morning. The accident happened just before 9:30 last night on a marked trail in the town of Pembroke. Police say Carl Gilt of Bergen hit a bump in the trail, lost control, and was thrown from his snowmobile. Ambulance crews took him to a Batavia hospital where he died of head and neck injuries. Last night, the Rochester City Council voted unanimously to give the Rochester School District a $21 million bond. That money will go for maintenance and renovation projects. The city borrowed the money on behalf of the school district. The school district is now responsible for paying the bond back. Most of the money will be reimbursed by the state. The renovation projects range from plumbing repairs to upgrading science labs. Council members vote on a bond like this every year in January.
6:34, lawyers for John Walker Lind will try to get the American Taliban released on bail today. Yesterday, a federal grand jury indicted him on charges of conspiring to kill Americans and other charges as well. The indictment states that Lind decided to stay with the Al-Qaeda after being told that Osama bin Laden had indeed planned and ordered the attacks on America. The indictment also states that Lind knew that Al-Qaeda fighters were preparing to fight American soldiers in Afghanistan. Investigators in Pakistan say they are close to resolving the case of the kidnapped American reporter. The top police official says that he thinks Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl is still alive. Sources say police have arrested 3 men for sending those fake emails last week. Pearl disappeared in Pakistan January 23rd. President Bush will be in New York City today to speak on Homeland Security. In Pittsburgh yesterday, the president repeated his call for an early warning system for bioterrorism.
We must do everything in our power, everything to protect our fellow Americans. We need better testing, better vaccines, and better drugs if America is going to be as safe as it can possibly be.
The president says that by the end of the current fiscal year, we'll have enough antibiotics to treat 20 million people for anthrax, plague, and other bioterrorist diseases. Homeland Security Director Tom Ridge will talk about security coming up on the Today Show this morning. It is 6:35 and time for us to check in with WHAM's Gary Smith once again. Gary?
Well, Gabe, things still looking good on the expressways. ABVI Goodwill Cam showing us 490 coming through downtown. Expressways generally clear and dry on the west side at Gillette Road and Route 31. Traffic signal is out. And over on the east side, watch for disabled on 490 westbound at Bushnell's Basin. It's on the right shoulder of the exit ramp. Everything else working fine so far. This report brought to you by Dorschel Chrysler Dodge Jeep. And I'm Gary Smith, News 10 Today.
Thanks a lot, Gary. Rich Caniglia is saying it's going to be a beautiful sunrise this morning, so get out of bed.
Now,
Get to the window. Get to the window.
All right, also coming up, who is breaking into area churches? Our special report is next.
We're sampling breakfast at some of Rochester's morning spots. This morning we're in James Brown Place, and how does stuffed French toast sound? I'm Lynette Adams. I'll tell you all about it live, local, and up to the minute.
If you see news happen, call the News 10 NBC hotline at 232-1010 or star 10 on your Verizon Wireless phone. Join in, a service brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
I didn't know what to do after being denied, but I'm glad I called Jeffrey Friedman Attorneys. Now I'm getting my benefits.
Jeffrey Friedman Attorneys, the advice you need when you need it most.
Burger King presents the Harlem Globetrotters. Unforgettable.
Sunday, February 17th at Blue Cross Arena. Call 232-1900 or online at Ticketmaster.com.
Someone you love has Alzheimer's. What now?
Call the Dementia Care Center at Rochester Presbyterian Home. We can help you and your family find peace of mind.
Before, after. Before, after. One bite of a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich seasoned with our fiery blend of pepper and spices gives you that spicy hit that makes you feel warm all over. Before, after. Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, because when you're hot, you're hot. Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open till midnight so you can eat great even late.
Finally, fitness just for women. The fastest growing women's facilities anywhere are right here in Rochester. The Rochester Athletic Clubs for Women. Open in Pittsford and Greece and now accepting membership applications in Perrington. Enjoy pre-opening savings when you visit our information trailer in Perrington Hills Shopping Center. Try the best aerobics, cycling, cardiovascular, and circuit training programs designed exclusively for women. The Rochester Athletic Clubs for Women. Clubs built for women, run by women, and enjoyed by women. Call or visit today.
For as little as $365, you can have a comfortable living space that you can be proud of, and you can do it today. Discover the value, selection, and comfort of futon furniture at Futons and More, the only all-futon store with the area's largest selection of quality futons and futon covers. If you're ready to make a change, come to Futons and More. Comfort to match your lifestyle. Futons and More, open every day. Mount Hope Avenue near 390.
Futons and More.
It's here, the Chrysler Great American Getaway. Now choose from our award-winning lineup of cars and minivans. And get Chrysler's exclusive 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge on engines and transmissions. Plus, big cash allowances, up to $2,500 or 0% financing on select models. GM, Ford, and Toyota don't give you that. Great products, great protection, great value. That's the Chrysler Advantage.
Now, here's the latest weather from the News 10 NBC Weather Lab.
A very good Wednesday morning, 6:39 the current time. Things looking pretty good out there right now. We're seeing the skies starting to clear on up. Going to be a fairly bright sunrise, I think, for many across western New York to start you off. 6:39 once again the time. Let's check out that satellite and radar into motion. A few things to point out. If you're just waking up out in the northeastern Wayne County near Red Creek, perhaps Wolcott and Sodus, you had a little snow overnight, a little lake effect snow, but that is winding down very quickly. For the rest of us, you can see clear skies are starting to take on over, and we're going to have a delightful day with a mixture of a lot of sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds out there. Temperatures much milder this morning than yesterday, 22 right now at the airport. Winds are tolerable, west-southwest at 9, and that's the warm weather direction. So a milder breeze headed into the afternoon will give us a 34 for Greece and Leicester, 33 Medina towards Newark and Wayne County, 33 in Dansville, 34 in Byron and Waterloo, 35 up towards Fairport. Just a real nice afternoon. We have a better day for you on Thursday and some changes by the weekend. We'll have that in the 5-day in just a few minutes. Rebecca?
Thanks, Rich. More than 24 churches in Monroe and Ontario counties have been burglarized in the last month. Now, police agencies in Monroe County are getting together to discuss the cases. Brett Davidson has a story you'll see only on News 10 NBC.
Episcopal Church of the Incarnation in Penfield. Church workers arrived one morning to find that this place of worship had been ransacked. The thieves got in by breaking a window on the basement door.
They had basically gone into the secretary's office and pried open her desk drawer, pulled out all of the keys, thrown things on the floor.
They also pried open Reverend Prescott's office and busted locks off of lockers in the basement.
They were clearly looking for something. They took a small object, a digital camera, and postage stamps.
But this church was not an isolated target. News 10 NBC has contacted police agencies throughout the area, And since January 1st, at least 26 churches have reported being broken into in Monroe and Ontario counties. It doesn't appear to matter to the crooks what denomination or what town. They've struck from Webster to Wheatland, Brighton to Rochester. And authorities say most of the cases appear to be related.
They're stealing computer equipment. They're taking cash. They're taking money from collection plates. They're tearing open envelopes. Some stereo equipment, TVs, VCRs.
But why, of all places, would thieves choose a church to break into? Well, police say it's because they're easy targets. In fact, some churches don't even bother to lock their doors. And most have no alarm system, allowing the criminals to spend a lot of time inside.
Churches aren't very security conscious as a whole, and we would urge them, especially now, to maybe to be a little more conscious of locking their doors.
While these burglars could face years of prison time for their crimes, some believe they'll face a different kind of judgment as well. Brett Davidson, News 10 NBC.
Now, police are asking you to call 911 if you see anything that is suspicious around a church. The burglaries are occurring between the hours of 4 p.m. and 9 a.m.
6:42 right now. Lawmakers in Washington have issued a second subpoena for former Enron chief Ken Lay. They doubt Lay will actually testify. Senators expect him to plead the Fifth Amendment when he takes the stand sometime next week. During yesterday's hearings, one woman cried as she told lawmakers how she lost $40,000 in retirement savings when the company collapsed.
Unfettered grief.
Foster Wheeler in Dansville is cutting back production of its industrial boilers. It is also cutting half of its workforce to just 155 people. Let's take a look at how the markets will begin the day and local stocks as well. The Dow fell yesterday, as did NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Bausch & Lomb went up a bit. Constellation, Corning both down. Delphi gained 22 cents. Eastman Chemical went down. EDS and Gannett both advanced yesterday. Harris fell. ITT gained. Kodak was on the minus side. Paychex went up a penny. Pactiv, RGS, Tops all declined. Xerox gained 30 cents. Now we get business news from Barton Eckert.
Good morning. This Wednesday, the 6th of February. Here's what's happening this morning. Job cuts slowed post 9/11, but in January they increased 32% in just 1 month and doubled from the same time last year. What's going on? Challenger Gray and Christmas says it's cost cutting, including about 35,000 planned cuts announced at Ford. Bell South, a dominant local telephone company in the Southeast, is laying off about 3,000 employees and consolidating its call center operations. It'll expand approximately 28 of its call centers, while others will be closed or moved. On Wall Street, more earnings in reaction to preliminary productivity numbers to chew on Asian markets overnight. Tokyo stocks rebounding, then sinking for a fourth straight session. The Transportation Department has cut off business with the nation's largest airport security concern, Argenbright Security, because of misstatements the company is accused of making when it applied for work at U.S. embassies. Argenbright was in extensive talks about continuing to provide security at airports. It controls 40% of the U.S. airport security market, 35 airports, including Newark and O'Hare. Blimpie International has picked Pepsi-Cola as their new U.S. beverage supplier for the next several years. Coca-Cola had been the official beverage of Blimpie. The agreement covers the more than 1,900 Blimpie restaurants in the United States. And that is your first business check of the morning's top business happenings. I'm Barton Eckert in Washington.
It is now 6:45, and you could be at risk for kidney disease and not even know it. Our medical reporter, Robin Nguyen, tells us about new guidelines that have just been released that will help doctors. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. New guidelines have just been released that will help doctors detect kidney failure. Doctors say the new guidelines offer healthcare providers a powerful tool for preventing and treating kidney disease. Left untreated, chronic kidney disease can lead to kidney failure, requiring a transplant or dialysis for survival. Dr. James Sloan says the guidelines are critical since the number of kidney failure patients is expected to be more than doubled, 650,000 in the next 10 years.
Again, identify the patients at risk, intervene early, and one, slow the rate at which they're losing kidney function, and number two, slow the rate at which people are having complications of kidney failure.
Most at risk are those people with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are at increased risk, as well as those with a family history. To find out more on detecting kidney disease early, you can call the Upstate Kidney Foundation at 264-0420 for more information. And that's today's medical checkup.
Thanks, Robin. You know, while we are hard at work here in the studio,
Hardly at work.
Lynette Adams is out eating breakfast.
That's right. Over the next few weeks, she'll be sampling some of the breakfast items at Rochester's favorite morning spots, and she's live at James Brown's place on Culver Road this morning. Hey, Lynette, what's for breakfast?
Oh my gosh, I can't begin to tell you how many different things are for breakfast here at James Brown's place. And I have been trying to be good this morning and not sample some of the things on the menu. But I've been looking through the menu, and let me just whet your appetite for a minute. He's got 50 different versions of omelets. Rebecca, I know that you love omelets, and you can find 50 different versions of them here. There's frittata, there are all sorts of breakfast sandwiches, quesadillas, burritos, all kinds of things on the menu. And we want to talk with some of the regulars and find out why they like this place. This is David Lemire. I know that you come in quite often. Why do you like James Brown's place?
The fast, friendly service, the atmosphere here, the food's excellent.
And what's your favorite?
Probably burritos grande for lunch. Probably that's
right.
what my favorite is.
Sounds good. I see you've got some pancakes there. We also want to talk with Barbara Donahue, who comes in quite a bit. Barbara, you've got some pancakes there, but what's your favorite?
I eat the regular frittatas and stuff. I think they're terrific here. The lunches are great. I come here just about every day, and absolutely every morning I come here for.
All right, well, go ahead. I'll let you dig in. Now, James Brown serves breakfast starting at 6 o'clock in the morning all the way until 2 in the afternoon, and he has made me something really delicious. James, tell me what you've made.
This is basically our house specialty. It's called stuffed French toast, and it's our homemade breads. We use either banana bread, cranberry apple bread. It's layered with honey walnut cream cheese and then topped with a banana Foster sauce. So it's pretty decadent, but it's one of our house specials.
Now, quickly tell me, where do you come up with all these ideas? You've got a ton of different recipes.
Well, Bobby, my other chef, has been to culinary school, but a lot of things we get off TV. We get customers, a lot of customers that come in, and they'll say, well, I like this, I like that, and we have to adapt it to a restaurant format, of course. Travel, I always tell my customers, if you travel, bring me back menus, and if we can get something off a menu and adapt it to our restaurant, we'll do things like that. We get recipes wherever we can get them.
All right, well, I got to say goodbye to you because I want to taste this delicious breakfast dish that you prepared for me. But again, guys, it's James Brown's place, 1356 Culver Road, and it's not the James Brown that sings and dances. This James Brown cooks. So I'm going to say goodbye so I can enjoy my breakfast. See you later.
Hot top. Oh.
She doesn't want to eat with her mouth full, but, you know.
Pardon me just a second. You're just a little bit.
Oh, there she is. There she is. Nobody likes to eat on camera.
Yummy.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I was just
was there
a little bit of
little drool there?
We're all salivating out here. All right, it's now 6:49, and we have 24 degrees as our temperature. Here are today's headlines.
All right, an 8-year-old shooting victim is speaking out. Cherie Hines and her mother say the recovery from that shooting has been very difficult since last November. Yesterday, a judge arraigned Lewis McMorris on a felony assault charge. McMorris confessed to shooting into a crowd on Jefferson Avenue. Cherie picked McMorris out of a police photo lineup.
Local police agencies are working together to investigate more than 24 church burglaries. As an example, last month someone ransacked the Episcopal Church of the Incarnation in Penfield. Authorities say most of the 26 cases appear to be related.
The Rochester City Council voted last night to give the Rochester School District a $21 million bond. That money will go for maintenance and renovation projects. The school district is responsible for paying the bond back. It is 6:50, and it's now time for us to take a look at what's coming up on the Today Show. Katie Kirk is going to be talking to MSNBC's Ashley Banfield about her exclusive interview with Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger stops by to talk about his new movie, Collateral Damage, which, as you know, was postponed. Its release was postponed after the September 11th attacks. Schwarzenegger weighs in on whether the country is now ready for a movie with a terrorist plot.
And last-minute Valentine's getaways. Today's travel editor, Peter Greenberg, is going to stop by to help viewers book that perfect romantic trip. We only have a little time to do that, but we haven't mentioned the pajama proposal very much this
you
morning.
need to send in your letters and email to us if you want to propose to your sweetheart.
Please do that. We're going to
day
try
after tomorrow.
Yeah, Friday is the deadline if you want to propose live in the morning right here on News 10 NBC.
All right, 6:50 right now. You know, the Olympic torch is inching towards Salt Lake City for Friday's opening ceremonies.
Only about 3 days, if you count today, until Friday, and that's the start of the 2002 Olympics. The torch is making its way across the state of Utah. Last night, runners carried the flame into Provo, and thousands of excited fans came out to welcome the flame and watch the lighting of the ceremonial cauldron. Well, hopefully the American women's hockey team and many other American athletes will make it to this place. Right in the middle is the Medals Plaza out in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where they hand out the gold, silver, and bronze medals. Many of the athletes are already in Salt Lake City getting ready for their events.
And Rochester native and former Olympic speed skater Kathy Turner is heading to Salt Lake City this week. And this morning you can chat live online with the two-time gold medalist. You can just log on to our website, 10NBC.com. The interactive question and answer session begins at 11 this morning. And of course, as we mentioned, the opening ceremonies are just 2 days away now.
Well, I counted today, so I said
Okay,
3, but
3
you
days
know,
away.
if you think Thursday, Friday, all right, how about that? Tracy Schleyer, she is hoping to get to Salt Lake City. She's going to be there for the Olympic ceremonies if she's willing to pay. She's got some tickets already. She's got tickets for ski jumping and ice hockey. She's going to leave this afternoon for Salt Lake City. She got her tickets about a month ago, but she does not have a ticket to the very popular opening ceremonies.
I really want to go to the opening ceremonies, but I can't get tickets unless I want to pay $880 per ticket.
$880 just for one ticket, too. But, of course, you can watch Olympic coverage for free Friday night right here on News 10 NBC.
And the weather, apparently, in Salt Lake City is absolutely perfect. The snow conditions are great. Rich Caniglia, I guess, a lot better than here in terms of conditions for skiers, although it's pretty good on the slopes. But
Absolutely right, Gabe and Rebecca. Well, we've had a relatively mild winter across most of the eastern portion of the country. They've had real-time winter around Utah and the Rocky Mountain states. Plenty of powder. They could have a great Winter Olympics, of course, kicking off on Friday night. Check it out here, though. Remember, yesterday we were shivering. 10 degrees in the city, around 0 in some of the outlying areas. This morning, 24 is our live data temperature coming in from downtown. So looking real good, about 15, 20 degrees warmer so far today than it was yesterday. The big weather story is for people who will be flying towards the south today. Delays in Atlanta, Nashville perhaps, down towards Dallas, where they had some snow last night. Big storm traversing the southern part of the country, but this will slide in this direction, then up the coast. None of this moisture will affect us here in western New York. In fact, headed off to school today, looking fantastic. Bus stop weather, once again, not as chilly, that is for sure. Mixed sunshine, just a few clouds out there. Sunrise 7:21, sunset at about 5:29, a little later on this afternoon. Numbers across the state, 23 Niagara Falls, 1 better in Buffalo. Syracuse 26, you're still getting a little light snow out towards the Salt City, but that'll be fading quickly as sunshine becomes the rule across a good chunk of western New York before you know it this morning. Sunrise should be quite nice out there in about an hour and a half from now. 22 degrees or so is the current reading out at the airport. Partly cloudy skies, just about does it. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 9 miles an hour, so not a big deal with the winds. You can see the clouds breaking up rather quickly, so we're going to have a fairly sun-filled day, and then we're going to see a storm to our north and a storm to our south. We're going to stay right in the middle today and Thursday. The old weather squeeze play is in motion, so we're going to have some sunshine through tomorrow and very mild breezes as we go towards Thursday afternoon. Recapping a fine Wednesday in February, 34 degrees for the afternoon high. Plenty of sun, just a few fair weather clouds. Tonight, mainly clear, not as chilly once again. 25 degrees should do it for an overnight low. Tomorrow, even nicer, hitting the low 40s. Melt away a lot of that snow and ice on the sidewalks, driveways, and streets, and then a little chillier. Another storm maybe Saturday night into Sunday.
Yeah, we're talking about the Patriots Super Bowl parade up in Boston. Well, yesterday the Sabres got a really warm welcome from Bostonians as they took on the Bruins.
apparently fans thought that their buses were from the Patriots team, so they all surrounded them. Rich Funky has your hockey highlights and sports in a minute.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. The Amherst are on the road tonight at Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. The Sabres were on the road last night at Boston and got a tie.
The Bruins led 2-1 when the Sabres got a gift. The puck pinballed off Gord Murphy and past Byron Defoe. Warner got credit for it. That made it 2-2. That's how it ended. Marty Baron made 37 saves. NBA now. Washington hosting Toronto. Michael Jordan was held to 3 points in the first half. He scored 20 in the second. The Wizards beat the Raptors 99-94. The Knicks lost to the Clippers. Brockport and Buff State played the rematch, and this time Brockport won. Mike Medberry hit for 24. In a 79-72 victory, Brockport's 20th win. High school sports, Brockport won his 20th hockey game. Colby Jones with one of his 2 goals in a 6-1 win over Brighton. Also, Fairport stayed unbeaten in girls basketball, and Athena clinched the Division II title. And the USA's 211 Winter Olympians, Churchville's Lindsey Wall among them, checked into the Olympic Village yesterday in Salt Lake City. The opening ceremonies are Friday here on 10 NBC.
And that's sports in a minute. Have a great day.
Rich, thank you very much. Let's check on the morning commute now. It's 6:56. Lamb's Gary Smith. Gary?
Things still looking good on the expressways right now. ABVI Goodwill Chem looking at 490 downtown, out on the west side. 390 and 490 doing very well. We do have a traffic signal out at Gillette Road and Route 31. Over on the east side, disabled 490 westbound at Bushnell Basin on the right shoulder of the exit ramp. Everything else working well. This report brought to you by Dorschel Chrysler Dodge Jeep. I'm Gary Smith, News 10 Today.
Thanks a lot, Gary.
Nice, uneventful, nice, easy Wednesday. We need that in the middle of the week.
It's going to be calm. You mentioned earlier it's going to be a nice, beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, it should be nice. There are just a few wispy clouds with the sun coming up. Could be bright if you're commuting in from the west side, but looking good right on through the afternoon. Temperatures up near 34, and tomorrow an even nicer day, hitting about 40 or 42 by Thursday afternoon. So a nice stretch here in the middle of the week.
Well, that's terrific. And as we end this morning, we head into the Today Show, we'd like to ask Rebecca for a medley from Saturday Night Fever.
No, I've done enough singing this morning, but it's a great show. You can see it at the Auditorium Center.
We're hearing sound effects from the back. Howling.
Howling, that's great. That's what I need.
All right.
Have a great day, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
It's freezing outside, but Metro Mattress is sizzling inside with the mattress price melt sale. You'll find red-hot prices on Sealy, Serta, Simmons, and King Coil first-quality showroom demos at up to 50% off. Warm up your cold winter nights with a new mattress from Metro Mattress.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, talk with Celino and Barnes.
One of the things that I most enjoy about being a lawyer is helping clients in their time of need, fighting to ensure that they receive the compensation they rightfully deserve.
For us, it's about fairness. It's about justice. Although nobody can make up for your loss and suffering, our courtroom successes are proof that we go the extra mile to obtain the largest possible settlement.
Celino and Barnes, 454-2020.
Do not sweeten, do not concentrate, do not disturb. Nature at work. Introducing Simply Orange. 100% unfooled around with.
Never pay long distance again with Singular Wireless. Save $100 on a Nokia phone. Nationwide self-expression is Singular.
For nearly a half a century, your community has turned to 10 NBC for the news that matters. Whether it's hard-hitting news
or news that touches your heart. Every day, we're in your community.
Working hard to bring the story home to you.
For the best coverage of local news, weather, and sports, turn to News 10 NBC tonight.
News 10 NBC, always live, local, and up to the minute.
Where do you get your news?
Olympic coverage is brought to you locally by Wegmans Food Markets.
Long may she wave. After a showdown, the International Olympic Committee has backed down and will let some American athletes carry a tattered flag from Ground Zero into Friday's opening ceremony, diffusing the first controversy of the Salt Lake Games today, Wednesday, February the 6th, 2002.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric.
And I'm Matt Lauer. Let's take a look at Salt Lake City. The opening ceremony for the games only 2 days away, and this is our way of reminding you that starting tomorrow, we will be there, the Today Show crew, for all the glory and drama.
And as we just mentioned, Matt, there's already been some controversy surrounding the games. U.S. Olympic organizers wanted American team members to parade the flag seen here during the Super Bowl in the opening ceremony. But the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, said no. We'll tell you why they changed their minds in just a minute. Then safety at the game. We'll talk about that and other homeland security issues with the man in charge of that department, Tom Ridge.
Also, the man known as the American Taliban, John Walker Lind, heads to court today. Lind was indicted by a federal grand jury on Tuesday. The question is, should he get bail or would he flee the country? We'll have the latest on that in just a couple of minutes. And the investigation into missing 7-year-old Danielle Van Dam in California. Police say a neighbor is now a suspect in her disappearance.
And then, Matt, on a much lighter note, Britney Spears will talk about her jump to the big screen. Arnold Schwarzenegger on his new movie, controversial one, called Collateral Damage. And we'll check in with some folks who want to be called losers this morning. Our Get Fit Today teams will have their weekly weigh-ins.
All right, looking forward to seeing how New York is doing. Go New York. Before we get to that, let's head over to the news desk and say good morning to Ann.
And good morning to you, Matt and Katie. Good morning, everybody. Today, a federal judge decides whether John Walker Lind will be released on bail. He was indicted by a grand jury on Tuesday, charged with conspiring to kill Americans and helping the Taliban and al-Qaeda networks. NBC's Pete Williams is at the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. Pete, Lind's lawyers want him released to his father's custody?
Exactly, Ann. John Walker Lind and the lawyers will ask the judge this morning to let him out of jail while he waits for his trial. It's a request the government strongly opposes, and now he faces more charges in a new grand jury indictment.
Yeah, you become injured.
Adding new detail to the government's case, the grand jury indictment says Lind chose to fight with the Taliban even after he was told while training at an al-Qaeda camp last June that Osama bin Laden had sent people off to conduct 20 suicide attacks against the United States and Israel.
The grand jury outlines a timeline of terror in which John Walker Lind is an active, knowing participant.
But the young man's lawyers, who call him John Lind, claim in new legal filings that there's no evidence he ever fought in combat against U.S. military forces or tried to harm any U.S. civilians. They say he joined the Taliban to fight the Northern Alliance. There's no evidence, they say, that